What is up, guys? Welcome back to the show. Today we're going to be talking about prayer and why prayer is so important for us Christians and why we should be doing it every single day. Here we go. So everybody knows praying is when you're talking to and communicating with God, and you're getting intimate with him and you're talking to him about your life and about your feelings and about what's going on and about advice and all that stuff. Prayer is so important for us for so many reasons, but that's where a lot of people get it twisted, because prayer isn't supposed to be a lifeline where you just call and ask for something or something you want when you need it, or you just call for help when you need it, right? I was watching this talk, Brad Wilcox, and he used an analogy. He said God's not Santa, right? God's not a genie. God's not a butler that's supposed to just provide you stuff when you want it, how you want it, like right now, right? That's not the point of prayer. That's not how we should be communicating with God and using God, right? So the whole point of prayer that Brad talks about is building that relationship with God, right? It's a lifeline, yes, but it's a lifeline to talk to God and to grow that relationship and to grow that bond with him. Yes, you're going to say, Lord, please help me through this tough decision I'm going to make, right? But it should always be about building a connection and just talking to him like he's a friend, and telling him about your problems and telling him about everything that's going wrong in your life, right? And all the things that you're struggling with. It's like Bryce Crawford says, and I always think back to this. He says, prayer it's like a shower, right? You don't clean yourself off and then get in the shower. You get into the shower dirty with all your bad stuff, and you bring it to God to get cleansed in prayer, right? So it's building that relationship and building that trust with God to be able to talk about anything and to be able to have that communication when things are not going your way, but also when things are going your way, right? And that's when prayer becomes more of a thanksgiving type of thing. People always pray when things are going bad, or when they have problems and when they have hardships in life. But once things start going good and things, you start winning in life and all these things start happening, good things, right? You kind of forget, right? When life's good, why are you praying, right? That's how a lot of people are, and I'm guilty of that myself, right? But it's when things are good that you have to show thanksgiving, right? Lord, thank you for all these good times. Lord, thank you for my friends, my family, my health, my success in my job, or my success in my sport, or whatever it is. And so that's a part that a lot of people forget. They think prayer's only when things are rough, but it's much more than that, and it's building that relationship, and it's going to him when things are good and bad, both, right? Not one or the other, both. That's why forming a habit of praying every single day, many times throughout the day, building that relationship to even when nothing's happening, right? Just nothing. You're praying and you're building that relationship. You're strengthening that relationship. Another example that I saw Bryce Crawford, funny enough, it's related to prayer. It's like he used the analogy. It's like if I were in Chicago and I happened to run into Michael Jordan, and I was like, yo, what's up, Mike? I dap him up, whatever. My name's Caleb, this, that. We have a little conversation. And then a week later, I go to my friend and say, I know Michael Jordan. We're good, close, personal friends, right? But then you ask Michael Jordan a month later, yo, who's Caleb Urias? He's not going to know, right? He's not going to know who you were, because you didn't spend time to build a real relationship with Michael Jordan or with God, right? When you only come to him when it's convenient to you, you're not building a real relationship, right? And I really like that, and that's always stuck with me. And it's just a reminder to always put God first, and because he puts you first. And it's the more things that you experience with him and you communicate to him with, and all these things in life that are happening as you have this relationship with God. It's like the Michael Jordan analogy. It's like the time that you spend together. That's how you build a relationship, right? It's just like any other relationship. It takes time, it takes communication, and it takes effort. But prayer is so important. Try to pray at least in the morning and at night, right? And over food if you can. That's a good start. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to comment down below if you have any questions and let me know. I love you guys. Peace.